Okay, so the next application of fractions that we're going to do is order of operations. Order of operations with fractions is the same as whole numbers. Remember we wrote PEMDAS, or we reminded ourselves of please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And P stood for parentheses, E stood for exponents, M and D stood for multiply and divide, and we put them on the same line because we go left to right, whatever one comes first. So if division comes first, we do it. If multiplication comes first, we do it first. And then add and subtract is the same way. Whichever one comes first, we go left to right. We read it like a book. So PEMDAS is our little saying. In this very first one, we have multiplying and adding. Well, we multiply before we add, so I'm going to multiply these two fractions by cross-reducing first. 2 and 4 can cross-reduce to be 1 and 2. And I do 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 9 is 9, plus 2/5. In order to add fractions, we're going to have to go back and think about this before break. We have to create a common denominator. So the common denominator here is going to be 45. So I'm going to multiply 9 by 5 to get 45. And then I have to multiply my numerator. And I'm going to multiply 5 by 9. And I'm going to multiply its numerator by 9 to get the equivalent fraction. So 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 9 is 18. And when I do that, I get 28 over 45. Now, before I can officially be done, I have to double check my factors. I'm thinking about 28 having a factor of 2, but 45 is not even. 3 doesn't go into it. 4 doesn't go in evenly. I lied. 4 does go into it. 4 times 7, but 4 and 7 don't go into 45. 5 doesn't go into it. 6 doesn't go into it. At that point, I've reached a point where I don't have to check anymore, and 28/45 is my answer. On this next one, am I going to multiply or add first? If you said multiply, you're correct. We're going to multiply by cross-reducing. 3 and 6 have a common factor of 3, and 3 goes into 3 once and 6 twice. So 1 times 1 on my numerators is 1, and 4 times 2 is 8. Then I'm going to add 5/8. Thankfully, they have the same denominator already, so I'm going to add 1/5 plus, so 1 plus 5 is 6. Keep my denominator. When I do that, I still have to simplify because they have a common factor of 2, and when I do that, my final answer ends up being 3/4 for this second example. On the next example, notice I have adding and multiplying. I'm going to multiply first. There's nothing to cross-reduce, so I'm going to leave 2/3 plus out in the front here and multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1, and 8 times 9 is 72. Now I have to create a common denominator. That's a little tougher. 3 goes into 72. Let me do some quick division here. 3 goes into 72. 24 times. So let's multiply by 24, top and bottom here, and I get 48 over 72 plus 1 over 72. And when I do that, now I have a common denominator that stays, and 48 plus 1 is 49. The only factor of 49 are 1, 7, and 49, I believe. So since 7 doesn't go into 72, 49 over 72 is my final answer here. At this point in time, I challenge you to pause the video. Actually, I'm going to stop this video. So stop this video, try the next 3 before you watch the last video, and then watch the next video to see if you got the next 3 right.